Hey Skulls and Shadows, welcome back to Podcast from the Twilight World. Thank you so much for joining us. We are happy to be back and extremely happy that Lúthien of Blind Guardian Memes and the Bards Tavern, of course two of the largest collections of Blind Guardian fans on the internet, was willing to come on and share a kind of really unique story about the formation of both of those great sites and answer some kind of interesting questions, stuff that we don't normally get to hear about. Thank you so much, Lúthien, for letting us bring your story to light, as well as all of Blind Guardian Memes admins and Bards Tavern's admins for allowing her on the show so that she could share your story. We hope we do it justice. Without further ado, welcome, my friends. Hello, Guardians of the Blind and Travelers in Time, and welcome. I, as always, am your humble bard, and I welcome you to Podcast from the Twilight World. Today we are honored by a pillar of the Blind Guardian community, Alana Macron, Lúthien, from Blind Guardian Memes and the Bards Tavern. Welcome. So we'll get talking about Blind Guardian Memes and the Bards Tavern, which is obviously, you know, they're the biggest Blind Guardian fan groups I'd say on the internet. Really, even the forums aren't quite as busy as as the tavern for sure. But before we do all that, I kind of want to go back and get to know Lúthien. You know, so where did this love of Blind Guardian start? When did you first become a fan?
Well, I mean, do you want to hear the first song I ever heard and how it progressed from there, or like the instant that I became a fan? Sort of?
Let's do it. Why don't you start with? We'll start with the when you became a fan, or the first song you heard, then you became a fan, whichever one's first, and then go into it.
Because it is the first song I heard. So have you ever heard of the game Robot Unicorn Attack Heavy Metal Edition?
I haven't. No.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
It's a little flash game on Adult Swim, and you basically ride through hell as a unicorn, and Battlefield plays in the background, so Battlefield is the song that you ride through hell in as
Really?
a unicorn. Yeah.
I got some gaming to do. That's awesome.
Yeah. They had another, like the original one is Always by Erasure, and then they made a heavy metal edition with Battlefield, and it's really good. At the time, I was like, oh yeah, this band is pretty cool, and my boyfriend at the time looked them up, and, you know, discovered it was Blind Guardian, and he's like, hey, I think you might really like this band, they write about books, and I'm obsessed with books.
I can tell.
Oh, okay. So I listened, and like, yeah, they're pretty cool, and then it was like, I didn't become a huge fan immediately. It was like, oh yeah, I like them, I'll listen to them. And then I sort of had a very bad time in my life, and I was listening to the script for my Requiem, like, in the background, and for the first time, I was able to sort of feel a little bit better about what was going on. So that's sort of the instant I became the huge fan that I am today.
That's awesome. So, is script, does it have like an emotional connection with you still, or is it sort of, you know, you got into the catalog and now it's, you know, everything has sort of an attachment, or what?
Everything has an attachment to me, but the script for my Requiem is always like I don't want to say it's my favorite song, because I feel that's unfair.
Incredibly hard.
Yeah, and I still remember finally being able to sort of feel again, and I remember a little bit after that time, people knew that if I started playing that song, it meant I was angry, because that was sort of the emotion I felt again, and they were like, okay, what happened? So they started realizing, because I'm not very good at expressing my emotions sometimes, people know I connect music to how I'm feeling, so.
So was that, what was your first album then? Was like Imaginations your first album, or what did you end up picking up first?
I would say actually the first album was At the Edge of Time, because the ex-boyfriend found A Voice in the Dark, and I don't think I'm still obsessed with them because I'm kind of over it. The Song of Ice and Fire series. because who knows when the hell Winds of Winter will come out.
I guess we patiently wait, huh?
Yeah, still waiting. You know, I always joke that I had more faith in the orchestral album than Winds of Winter, and then the orchestral album actually did come out.
How long was it before you actually got a chance to see them live? Because where I live in Canada, they don't stop by very often. So you know, when they come around town, I gotta be there. When was the first chance you got to see a show?
In 2015. My first show was the Halloween show in Worcester.
Really?
Yeah.
Halloween's awesome, man.
I got to see the Jesters and Hansi Presley, as I call him.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, it's hilarious. I had never seen that Halloween show or anything from it until I saw memes that you guys posted. Actually, I think I posted it to the page, and you had commented that it was it was your meme in the original part way back when. Yeah.
I feel like that was the therapist one.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, the Elvis Hansi.
It hurt you.
Yeah, it was I liked it for sure, man. I had to share it. So, but you guys got a lot of good ones to pick from. So, so that's when you saw him live. Did you immediately connect with the fan base? Like, were you already a member of the Tavern at that point?
No, because we created the Tavern, so I would say that was. I can actually get the full date, but I think we started the Tavern in 2018. Let me just see if I can find that. I actually wasn't really part of the fan base of my friend. Yeah, it was created like 2 years ago. So
I think for a lot of us, that seems to be a connection with a lot of us. Like when I did the other episode with Matt and the one with Aika, same thing. You know, it's like we have like a friend or two that's, you know, into Guardian, but it's kind of nice that it's your own beast. You know what I mean? In the beginning stages, and for most people, anyways. At least that seems to be the common thread. So,
I meet somebody at that show that actually lives around where I am, but we didn't really start talking until like a year later. So I kind of was like, "Oh, hi, you like Blind Guardian? Cool." And then a year later, we met at a show, and it was like, "You look familiar. Have I seen you at Blind Guardian?"
I know that my experience with any fan that I've come across has been really, really good. Like, really a lot of supportive, positive people.
Yeah.
So.
I noticed too, talking to people that from the Tavern, they're like, you know, oh wow, it's so cool that like we have like a place to go and talk to people about Blind Guardians. Yeah.
And that's just it. I wondered when it actually did come to formation, because my first show that I got a chance to see was in 2015 as well, for the Red Mirror tour as well, which actually Gravedigger rocks. I'd never heard them before, so it was really cool to get a chance to see them. You know, I was like, there's this old guy next to me. He's like, you're here for Gravedigger? I'm like, no, man, I've never heard of him, but I'm here for Guardian. He's like, oh, you'll like him. I'm like, right, okay. And then they came on stage.
Gravedigger, that was fun.
Yeah, right? So
shows people will actually help you if you fall down. Like I used to go to a lot of punk shows as a teenager, and they just would beat the shit out of you if you fell. Yeah,
it's a lot of stomping and stuff like that. The underground scene was, you know, can be pretty vicious even here too. So I get it.
I mean, I was slipping at a show. I forgot who it was, and somebody actually grabbed me before I actually fell and pulled me back up. So I was like, wow, that's a huge difference.
So Script was kind of that song that really got that emotional connection, got the juices flowing, made you into like the fan you are today. But what made you become like an active member of the community? Because I mean, like Tavern's only been around for 2 years, like you said, right? But Memes was around before that. What made you want to become a bigger fan?
16. So I had created an Instagram account for some reason. I forgot. I think Blind Guardian was the reason I created an Instagram account.
No shame here.
Yeah. And I sort of was browsing, and I stumbled across this page, Blind Guardian Memes. So it was like, well, I love Blind Guardian, I love memes, and started following it, and started, you know, obviously enjoying it, because the memes were funny, and I started commenting on them every once in a while, and then there was one, I forgot there used to be a running joke that Hansi was a ballerina, because you know how, like, when he performs, he's kind of dancing.
I came across some of the archives of your guys' past memes. I wondered.
I commented something like, I have this theory now that Hansi gave up playing the bass so he could focus on his dance career. Something like that. And Noldor saw it and was like, I have to make a meme of this. And after that, we started talking more, me and Noldor, and became friends that way. I actually didn't join the page until about May 2017 because they did help. It was only three admins at the time, Morgoth, Noldor, and Eldar, and it was just they were always obviously it's not a full-time job, school, life. Yeah. It's hard to create pages, and they wanted to do memes daily. So Noldor asked if I could help. Well, I really don't know how to make memes, but I can try, and so I joined, and it's been great since then.
Going through your library of work, I can say that you definitely picked up the memeing very quick. You become a true meme lord, so congratulations to you.
Thank you. I've been I don't know if this is good.
How did it all start? Do you know the saga of the formation of BGM?
So Noldor created it. She is the original one. He had sent a meme to, I believe, Eldar, who is no longer with the page, just parted ways.
Okay.
And it was like, I think they just started sending back and forth of, memes that they made of Blind Guardian, and then they talked about and they decided to create a page just for memes about Blind Guardian.
And when did Morgoth and Fëanor come into it? You said you came in around 2017, 2016, yeah. Is that right?
I believe Morgoth was... I'm really bad at dates. I always have the running joke, time, what is time, because time means nothing to me.
New meme in the creation. You saw it here first, yeah.
The page started in 2016. I'd say Morgoth joined in around the beginning to mid 2017. Probably more towards the beginning because I know I joined in May.
Okay. So similar kind of thing. He had commented a few times? Or?
Well, I believe actually there was another Blind Guardian group at the time that he was moderating, and that's how he and Noldor got to talking because she had asked him if he could start sharing those memes to that Blind Guardian group. And, oh yeah, sure, and then they became friends that way. They started talking about, I believe it was a school project or something Morgoth was working on, and about Blind Guardian, and got help from her, and they became friends.
Cool. So it's kind of the Bards. I guess it's more Blind Guardian memes, but the tavern's always welcoming in new people, huh?
Yeah.
No, I've seen pictures of you guys all getting together, right? You guys meet on a regular basis, or is it sort of just online? You guys are spread to the winds, as far as I understand, right?
Right. So Noldor and Fëanor are in Germany, but they don't live close. I don't know the exact. I know Noldor's on one side and Fëanor's, I think, in the middle towards the other side. Morgoth is in Denmark, and I'm in New York.
Wow.
So all four of us have only gotten together one time.
Oh, okay. So that's where the pictures are from, hey?
Right. The pictures of us all together, and the studio ones are from that day.
Oh, that's cool. Now I think I saw in some of them some of the members of Blind Guardian too. Was that for a stop on the show, or what? I guess it wouldn't have been, right? Because 2015. When did you guys meet? What's that?
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Yeah, I was. There's a couple of collaged pictures on there that had pictures of I think it was for somebody's birthday. And it had pictures of him with, Blind Guardian, stuff like that. And I'd and you guys all together. And so I'd kind of thought that they were around the same time, but obviously.
No, if we do birthday photos, we usually just use pictures sometimes because we don't always run into them, obviously.
Yeah, I'd imagine you don't just walk into Walgreens and just See one of the other members.
Yeah. A little freaked out.
It would be kind of crazy, I'd imagine.
So, funny learning I had a new staff member named Marcus, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So, going back to your meme career, I got a question for you. Do you know the first meme you posted? Do you remember it at all?
My first meme?
Yeah.
It was a photo of Hansi and Marcus with wine, and it was not sure if selling wine or men.
I like it.
I had no idea how to meme back then, so I'm like, and I'm a huge Futurama fan, and I always like the not sure fry meme.
It was good. No, I liked it. I actually laughed at that one. So I enjoyed it. I was just curious if it was your first one, if I'd missed it or anything like that.
That was the first one I posted. There was like others I don't think I ever actually posted because I was still trying to figure out how to make it funny and not over-explain.
Now, I wanted to ask too, since you guys wanted to do a daily thing, you mentioned earlier in the interview there that you wanted to do like I guess Noldor had wanted to make it more like a daily posting sort of thing and that kind of thing. What is the process? Like, do you guys have like a process for creating it? Is it like you send out a meme once you finish it? Does it get approval? Does it just go right on the page? What's the Blind Guardian memes process?
I mean, we mostly all work separately. I'm sure, as you saw, there were a few times where it's like two of us are posting it. It's more, when we have the two posting, it's because we worked off of each other's ideas. So the credit goes to both admins. But normally we work separately, and then we'll send the meme and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And if there's criticism, either change it or get rid of it and start over. Or just have it ready to post. There's no real order to who posts when, except for Beard Fetish Friday and Orchestral Meme Monday, because those are whoever has a meme ready that relates to that topic.
I'm glad you brought up Beard Fetish Fridays, because this intrigues me. The Marcus Beard memes, they make me laugh a lot. I was curious, who started that? What's the first one? I couldn't narrow down who the first beard meme was from. Do you remember how that all started?
First beard meme was Noldor.
Yeah.
And then it started basically because of Instagram. And I believe her first meme was basically a photo of Marcus holding a guitar, and it was like when he with a beard, obviously. Like when he, and it was just joke, like little words across, like sexy, like when Marcus posts a selfie with a beard, like, you know, oh, sexy, cute, you look good with a beard. And he commented something like, yeah, it's true. Then posted a photo of himself later with a beard. It's like, are you serious? And then he had made a comment, like, to a friend of his, replying to it, being like, I can't help it if there's so many beard fetishists. And that's when he got the idea to start a theme. Like, let's do memes about beard, because he seems to react.
I gotta say, it's provided several, like, because obviously I went through your guys' page quite in depth in order to prepare myself, but the beard memes still get me. I think maybe closest to the heart here. I think. But
having a beard yourself, or just
yeah, that's, well, I mean, obviously I grew it because of Marcus.
It's funny seeing him at Demons and Wizards with this beard. It was like, are you serious? He knew I was going to 5 shows. Questioned me on that too in Toronto.
So was Toronto your first show through it? I only saw them in Vancouver. I had to use every penny I had in order to get up there, but I made it. So
technically, the first show was Frankfurt.
Yeah, no, I mean like the first show you hit.
Yes, the North American tour. It was Toronto, Montreal, Worcester, New York City, and then Power.
Oh, okay. Wow, you did follow them quite around. Was that what kind of stories do you have from the road? Do you have any tales from the trip?
In Worcester, the roadies started recognizing me because I have the blue lipstick. Like, I always wear that bright blue lipstick at shows. Just made it a thing because I like makeup a lot. have a problem.
It's cool. No. I saw the. I've seen actually some of those pictures too. Yeah.
And we're actually like, looking at me like, are you okay? Are you sleeping at all during this? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. They were actually. It was a great tour, eh? Like, man, I can't believe it. It didn't. It definitely. It took 5 years to actually see any of the Blind Guardian members again for me.
Yeah.
But it was so worth the wait, you know.
Oh, yeah.
No,
When I
going.
started the tour, it was like I wanted to go to as many shows as possible because who knows when you'd see demons and wizards again.
Exactly. Well, on the ticket it says first and only, but I guess we'll see whether or not that's only time will tell if that's fact.
That could always change just because merchant like that could have just been a selling point, but it's demons and wizards. That was the first tour after 19 years, and I don't even think they went on tour. I think they just played a couple festivals the first time around.
Yeah, that as far as I know, that's kind of the story behind it too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, going back to Blind Guardian memes, I got another question because I couldn't find the answers to it. But another meme that I do enjoy a lot is the Valentine's Day memes, and there's not a single credit on them. So,
The cards?
Yeah.
I would say those were Noldor mainly, and I believe Eldar might have helped out with them, but I want to say they were pretty much Noldor.
I liked them. Yeah, I was curious because I didn't see most times you guys are pretty good about the credit and stuff like that. But
I wasn't part of the page when they started those, but they get posted again every single year because Valentine's Day is every single year. And it's like, hey, why not send them to your Valentine?
Perfect. A must-have. I gotta say, this is your plug from Blind Guardian or a podcast from the Twilight World. If you're looking for a Valentine for a lovely bard in your life, look no further than Blind Guardian memes.
We posted those one year, and that was also the day Marcus decided to start following us on Instagram.
That was like the actual day that it all happened to.
Well, they were done on a Throwback Thursday because they'd already been posted, and
right.
It was basically the Thursday closest to Valentine's Day. I want to say that was on like the 13th, and then we posted those. He liked it, and then a few seconds later, it was like Marcus even started following you.
So my other question for you then, given that there has been so many memes through BGM, and obviously you've created a ton yourself, out of all the works, is there a favorite meme that you have, or a favorite running joke?
The shipping memes are kind of fun, not gonna lie.
No, so it's a personal favorite of yours?
I wouldn't say it was just they're fun to do because I basically only started making them because there was, well, she's no longer with us, an admin that was really obsessed with it. So I decided to start teasing her about it and be like, oh, so you're just like that now kiss person.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Just the look on like.
That was my idea because she was very into it and we just did it together.
Now, I got a question, and it might end you up in hot water. So you can veto it if you don't want to talk about it. It's all good. But I have to ask because it's my duty. Out of the entire admins and the team, who would you say comes up with the best memes? I know that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I'm gonna get in trouble.
We don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but
I want to because it's just everybody does their own thing, so it's like everybody's own sense of humor. Oh
yeah, for sure, and I'm not disputing that. You guys, like the team itself, is come up with some gold, and like I have specific memes here that I'll get to in a little bit. That from everybody, like that you guys have all done awesome. Great ones. I was just curious if there's like a favorite one you have or someone who you think comes up with the best, but I won't I won't get you in trouble.
I got into the memes because of Noldor's memes. So
there we go.
But he was also the only admin at the time that's still making memes, so it's hard to compare everybody's work when everybody came at different times too.
A true bard. That's a perfect diplomatic answer. I loved it. Everybody's happy. Great job.
Yeah, they won't kill me now.
Yeah, there you go. I think you cautiously dealt with that. You avoided war, so you're good. Now, on that same vein, I've kind of set aside, like I said, I did a deep dive into your guys' histories, the archives of Blind Guardian memes, and I picked out some of my very favorite ones. So I'd like to send them to you and see if you're comfortable, if you can guess your fellow admins just by the meme.
Okay.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
All right. All right. First meme. I gotta say, I'm kind of with Arnold on this one. I feel his pain.
Are you sending them on messengers? There it is. Sorry.
That's got a few miles to cover. No worries.
Yeah, that's true. Feanor?
Nice. 1 point. All right. All right. Next one I got for you. Another one of my personal favorites right here.
There we go. Noldor.
No, it's pretty infamous, is it? Yeah, I gotta say, I'm kind of with Blind Guardian. I think they pulled it off better myself, but I'm a little biased.
I remember posting because obviously, like, I do contouring every once in a while. I was like, and that's all natural. Like, I'm just joking, and Marcus liked that comment. Like, God damn it. I need makeup for that.
I like that's good. So Marcus was the first to join or follow Blind Guardian memes of the band, anyways. I guess
Thing is, I'm not sure because like I remember seeing one time Andre had shared a meme of ours, but he'd also were tagging Marcus on the Instagram post, so he was aware of us. And then Andre had shared one, putting Live Beyond the Spheres in the bed.
I love it. I think it's really cool too that you guys are in such a unique position because your comedy is all about Blind Guardian, but you guys managed to actually gear that towards the actual members, and they actually are sharing it. It's beautiful. I love it. So here's meme number 3. Let's see if you can guess this one. Another one of my very favorites. It was hard to narrow down. I'm not gonna lie, but
that was me.
Yeah, it sure was. Yeah.
Because that was my running joke for Terror Train. Because the first time I ever saw that music video, I was like, is Hansi drunk? What is he doing playing with trains?
I can't even lie. Like I literally laughed. I've seen the meme before, obviously, but I laughed again when I was going through it all. I couldn't help it. It had to make the cut. So, but good guess. I just wanted to see if I could trick you on that one. Let's see.
My stupid jokes.
I don't think they're stupid. Obviously, Blind Guardian doesn't think they're stupid either. So you guys are nailing it. I think they're great.
Actually, about something that happened with the memes and Blind Guardian.
What's that?
So, when we went to the studio, Andre had played us some demo tracks from the orchestral album and said something like, "Now that you finally believe it's real, what do you think?" And we were in the car at the time listening to them. And, obviously we all loved it. We go back into the studio. Hansi walked by, and he's like, "They finally believe it's real."
So even they have the ongoing joke of it, eh? That's so awesome.
It's so they talk about the orchestral memes. That's weird. Weird and honored and oh wow.
That's so cool. Matt, you'll have to when we're through all these, I want to hear more details about that studio visit because we didn't cover that yet. I need to know more about this. So that's awesome. So meme number 4. There we go. Now this is one that I definitely have had several nights wrestling with the exact same dilemma. Can you guess who posted that one originally?
Morgoth.
You're good. Wow, 4 for 4 so far. All right, I got 2 more and a bonus one, just to make sure we can get you here.
Hang on.
All right.
So, I said the name and then you said you're good, and then it kind of buffered out. So
did it? Okay, yeah. There was I had a couple leg spikes too, so I guess we'll have to find out in post who whose internet was lagging where. So hopefully we made it.
I have bad luck.
Everyone's internet right now is, from my understanding, pretty dour.
Yeah, so you saw those news articles saying that the internet companies are cutting off at certain points.
That's what I heard too. So it's just dangerous for those who do podcasts and memes. You're in a similar boat for this. But here, I'm gonna send you one more.
Okay.
This is number 5. Actually, it's number 6. But it's I think it's my inner dad that really appreciates this one.
Noldor.
Man, you are good. All right. Well, here's a bonus one. You did pretty darn good. Let's give you the bonus one here. See if you know this one as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps one of my very favorites.
Oh boy. That was me and Noldor.
Okay, all right. See, so I wasn't sure if I could stump you with a 2-part.
I was wondering if you were gonna do a trick one like that.
I was trying to get you, but man, I mean, the meme lords can rest easy. They're all pretty knowable just by their memes. So
they're not gonna kick me out because I don't know who did what.
Yeah, secretly Noldor and I we got together and we planned this all out to see if we could stump you or not. But your membership is secure now, so you're good to go. All right, so we can move on to other stuff too, but first I gotta hear about this experience. So you guys went down to the studio. Explain this to me. What happened? How did this all come about?
So I really don't know because it was actually a surprise Noldor arranged.
Okay.
So, from how she explained it, because we were all getting together for the first time, she wanted to make the trip memorable, and she had chatted with Andre before about certain things, just, memes, or he had asked her if he could use one of her photos for a collage, and she ended up answering too late, but stuff like that. I believe it was he wanted to use a photo she took of him and Marcus in Live Beyond the Spheres, but she didn't get the message because they weren't friends on Facebook, and Facebook's weird about sending messages.
Yeah.
So she didn't see it until too late, but then they sort of started talking like every once in a while, and she had asked him, explain, everybody's getting together for the first time. Would it be okay with you if we got a cup of coffee with you or something? I want to make the trip special. I think she got persuaded to do that by Theodore because she's shy. So he ended up responding back to her saying, yeah, we could do that, but would you rather have a studio tour? And I can play you demos from the orchestra.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How? And what year was this? This was 2017 or 2018?
I want to say 17. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was... No, it was 18 because I met her for the first time in 17.
Man.
Check dates.
What an experience, eh? So
yeah,
do you remember? Do you remember how close? Like, I mean, obviously you only got listened to some of the demos, but do you remember how close any of the demos were to what made it to the actual album?
I definitely remember Dark Clouds Rising because we got like the beginning of it. I definitely remember hearing. That's the top one I remember. We heard 4, but it was also a moment where it was, okay, put your phones away and get into my car.
I got you.
And I watched way too many, abduction movies.
So you were just making sure you knew where the exits were.
Right.
All right. Very cool.
Obviously, I didn't think he'd, kidnap us, but it was just very weird.
Blind Guardian members kidnaps fans. Like that's the first time that a celebrity kidnaps his own fans. That's
it's kind of funny because then Fiona was like, "We're going to Disney World." Okay.
Man, I can't even imagine. That's such a cool experience for you guys, eh?
Yeah.
Did it change you at all? Like, did it make you even more obviously it's a big deal, but did it did it change how you listen to music a little bit, hearing the recording process or anything?
All right. Yeah. I personally I love demos and hearing things that could have been or the process behind things. So it was really cool to listen to the demos. And especially with the orchestral album, I was very skeptical of it when I first heard about it because I couldn't understand why would they make something that's just orchestral music with Hansi's voice. What are they doing exactly? That didn't make sense. Mm-hmm. And I do love classical music. It was just it seemed strange to me. Like
Like two different fields. No, I could totally
Right.
understand. I think that's a lot of people's. I mean, like I like classical too. Like my family's like, I mean, like I've there was classical music playing on a stereo a decent
Right.
amount, but I was like I wasn't sure. You know, before you hear it, it's like, you know, why do you need to do Blind Guardian that way? But when you hear it, I mean, I guess we'll find out your thoughts on it. But you know, it's definitely been one that fits well in the catalog, I think.
Yeah, no, I love that. I fell in love with that album when I first heard it. So
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. You know, the crazy thing is, like for me too, like it didn't take any time to simmer. Like it was at first listen, it already like maybe it was just the build up to it and all that. I don't know what it was, but it's still like even now, what 3 months, 4 months?
yeah,
I can't do my math, but
November.
however many
So
months.
now it's April. So like 6 months.
Yeah, something like that. Even 6 months later, it still has that same effect on me, which is really
Yeah.
cool. You know, whether you're listening to just the audiobook, if you're listening to just the instrumental tracks, like even without Hansi, it still feels Blind Guardian. Very
Are you
cool.
still finding new things? Because I am all the time. Like I find new things in that album.
Oh, like the guitar in oh, which track had it? It was yeah, like that, like you mean like little hints and stuff like that, or you mean like
Yeah.
story wise? What do you mean?
Well, like I find new bits of the story that I didn't pick up originally, or just like a new part of the music that was like, oh wow, that's really cool. How does that do?
And actually, that's it, right? Like, I mean, I'm a musician by trade, so like every time I hear it, there's so many layers to that album that it's you can hear a new instrument every time. But as
Yeah.
far as like the material goes, you're a reader. Did
Yes.
you read Marcus Height's book? Yeah, a big reader. But did you read Marcus Height's book? Like,
Yes, actually, I got the German originally because I am teaching myself German. I have actually a catchphrase, ich lerne langsam, like I am learning slowly, and I apologize to any German listeners if how badly I pronounce that because I'm not good at speaking. So I
oh,
had that, and I tried to read the book in German, but it is also written in German that would have been used during that time period.
really? So it's like
Yeah,
old German, sort of like
so there
old
was
English.
like this was actually the first time I ever wrote in a book because I was trying to like understand what was going on. Like I kind of know how German is, like they combine words, for instance,
Hmm.
and I was trying to break up the word to figure out what it could mean.
Okay,
And
well, that's
there
kind
were a lot of questions to Noldor, like what is going on? I think they're on a ship.
of. But it all made sense in the end, did it?
Well, I actually ended up once they released the ebook for the English version. I just got
You
that.
just switched over. Yeah,
I,
I could understand that. I've
I
been
mean,
meaning to
it
get to that.
wasn't really inaccurate, like from what I like rereading the English, but there were some things I missed out on. Did you read the book?
I haven't read it yet. My my process for reading is very slow. It took me like 4 or 5 months to finish The Gunslinger.
Okay.
So, you know, I've been working my way up to that, but right now I'm on Eye of the World. So, you know, I'm working on the Wheel
Good
of
luck.
Time saga. So, Robert Jordan, right?
Yeah, that took me, I want to say, 8 years or so to actually finish. I would stop and then restart because things just kind of just kept
1,000 pages. I mean, it's not like throwing on a double LP. It's there's a long time commitment to that. You know what I mean? Like,
extremely detailed too.
mm-hmm,
And it's
absolutely.
really funny once you read the whole book series. It was like, why was it so long?
But did you have the same experience with the other books as well in the series? Like, did it take you a while to kind of read through that?
Yes, and I want to say it was The Shadow Rising. There was a moment that was just too real for me that I couldn't finish the book and needed to
Really?
stop.
We'll be in contact when eventually 2 years down the road, when I get through the series enough to get to that point, I'm coming to you and I'm being like,
I
okay,
don't
so
want
what
to
was
spoil anything, so I'll stay quiet.
it? Fair enough. No, you can definitely share it. Although warning to anybody listening, spoiler alerts if there are any.
It's just basically, so you know how the young man says, I will never give in, and how it's basically two people
Yep.
inside the man's head.
Yep.
There was just a moment where I was having some emotion. During that dark time, it did sort of feel like there were two people in my head.
The My Mind's in Darkness line.
Right, so it was just, I could not finish reading because I can't read about what I'm going through.
Wow. That's cool. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, that's really cool. Well, it's kind of cool that, like through Blind Guardian, even it's even influencing what we read, right? I mean, there's so many ways. It doesn't just influence what you listen to,
I ended up getting, I don't know if you can see it, the Stormlight Archive series. So.
Whoa! That is a big book.
So it's 3 full-length novels and then 1 novella.
Yeah, I think I can start on the novella.
I need to read the first, well, at least the second one, because it's about a character that's introduced in the second one.
Oh, I see. Okay. Cool.
And it was basically, I saw this interview saying, oh, there will be a song about the Stormlight Archive in 3. Well, I read a lot of books at once, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, see, for you, you're a reader. That's good. And I mean, I like to read too. I'm just not very fast at it necessarily, but
practice.
I do. No, just kind of heading back to the Blind Guardian school of thought. How did memes lead into how did Blind Guardian memes lead into Bards Tavern, which, like, as everybody knows, like we said at the beginning of the video, is the largest, fan base of Blind Guardian bards anywhere on the internet.
So Noldor had wanted to create a group, basically, for fans. Like, hey, why not have something that we can talk to fans about and have a community, basically. I was like, yeah, okay. I was a little, I don't want to say, personally, most groups I'm in on Facebook, I'm very inactive. I just kind of lurk in them. Yeah, we could do something, but I'm not really, and then all of a sudden I am, so...
I was gonna say, really? Because you're a pretty active member, it seems like, but I get it now, yeah.
It was just, things change, and then you adapt, and...
So, how fast did that all grow? Like, were you surprised kind of by how, big it turned into?
Yeah, I mean, I was even surprised. I remember, actually, there was one meme, do you know the one where it was like, let me sing you a song, and it was, the Bard song in the forest. It's like, I hate Blind Guardian, and gets murdered with
Oh, yeah.
So Noldor had made that meme, and then a big meme page on Facebook had shared that meme, and all of a sudden we got like several thousand likes.
Really? Just off that one, hey?
Yeah, so it doesn't really surprise me all of a sudden something grew that we made, but it's still very like, oh, whoa.
Did it happen that fast for the tavern too? Like, was it like one day, bam, 3,000, 3,000 members, just like that? Because it's crazy.
As quickly of a growth. It was definitely over time, but it is a little surprising that it's only been 2 years. To me, at least, it's only been 2 years, and we have 3,000 members.
Yeah, I mean,
especially, like we talked about, not really knowing anybody that likes Blind Guardian.
Yeah, exactly, right? There's always that one friend, and in our cases, we're that friend, right?
Yeah.
So, being that you are such an active member of the community, and you're obviously a very passionate fan, like myself and like tons of us that do stuff for Blind Guardian, is there a song you use to recruit new members?
So, this might be a little evil, but I feel it works perfectly.
Okay.
I don't have a particular song. I use what people would be I know people would be interested in.
Okay.
Like, I have, it's mostly family members. So my aunt loves King Arthur Legends. I played her Mordred song. My dad is a huge fan of the Beach Boys, not Beach Boys.
I was like, wow, your dad gets into it, huh?
Yeah, no, it was, he's a fan of the Beach Boys, so I was like, I did Bob Ryan, and then he found Surfing USA, and then I found out a few months later, he found Twilight of the Gods, and then played it for his cousin and their friend, and I'm the only metalhead in my family, basically, so it was really weird finding that out.
I had a similar experience, same here, I've got metalhead friends, obviously, but I'm the only, in my family, I'm the only one like that, too, so... But no, that's awesome. So you actually are very methodical about how you recruit the future bards of tomorrow. Eh? Cool. All right. So back to Bards Tavern. it happened quick, but you said it took a little time to get going. Do you remember who the first Blind Guardian member was to join the tavern?
Tillman.
Really? Tillman was?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say Marcus. I'm like, it's probably Marcus, right?
Marcus is not. It's Tillman, Andre, and Barrett.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Marcus is just Instagram.
Man, that's good. Yeah, because I noticed he's not very active on Facebook too, so I kind of wondered. But that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Tillman's. I love his drum chamber videos. They're definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not even a drummer, and I just enjoy watching it too. So, that's cool. Yeah, very cool. So, on a more like broad, kind of idea, how would you describe, like, again, being that you are a huge member of the community, how would you describe the fan base of Blind Guardian? I asked this question of Ika and Matt too. What does it mean to be a bard to you?
I mean, I personally fell in love with the music because of that emotional connection. Plus, I like books. I'm very into books. I love the fact that it's not even summaries of what the book is. It's like getting into characters' heads and explaining their thoughts, which I found fascinating. And the music always fits so perfectly to me. So, being basically a giant nerd work.
So that's the fan base, eh?
To me, like I am, in my opinion, because I don't always like assuming what other people think, because I also know people that aren't really into the books that still love Blind Guardian as much. So
yeah, it's kind of it's hard to nail down. Like in my experience, lots of bards, like I said, the fans have all been really nice people. Like I haven't met one who's not. Lots of times they're either into reading, or they're really into music, or they're really into, what I mean? Like there's always one thing that really draws them to the Guardian. But the term bards,
stories, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
People interested in stories are drawn to them.
So what would you say, like in between memes, like Blind Guardian memes and Bards Tavern, what is like the coolest post that you've seen from like another fan, like or from a member, or what was the coolest thing that you ever saw posted to the page?
I thought of something that was kind of funny and
share. Oh, please share.
Let me see if I can still find that meme. But we had posted this one shipping meme where it was like it was a photo of I don't remember the exact text, but Hamzi and Marcus sort of fooling around, like play wrestling, and it was something about like when you do strange stuff with your best friend. 5-10 minutes later, Marcus posted a photo of him and Hamzi laying in a bed together on Instagram, and one of the hashtags was true love.
That all started with Marcus? That's awesome.
I mean, it's just like what the fuck just happened? Can I curse because I just did?
No, you can curse all you want. I do swear a little bit on here, but it should be as natural as you like. So don't worry about the family filter. I don't make it for kids. So
okay. What just I sent a screenshot. This just happened. What the fuck?
I can't believe that. That's awesome. And you guys have used that picture since, haven't you?
Yes.
I was gonna say I've seen memes with that. I can't believe that all started with Marcus. That's crazy. All because of a meme you guys shared, eh?
Yeah, there was a funny time when somebody had posted in the tavern, like looking for, I think it was a Nightfall and Middle Earth t-shirt. And this was right before they like re-released all their old albums on shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre had said something like, "Oh, just be patient." Like actually commented, "Being patient, it's more coming," or something. And then Noldor and I sort of started commenting, being like, "Oh God, patience! We thought we only expected this from Marcus." And then he like commented back like, "Okay, and leave poor Marcus out of this. He is young and innocent." We said young and innocent too.
I like that.
We just kind of take stuff from them because I mean it's a page about them, so it was like, hey, this is gonna be our thing now.
I think that's one of the coolest things though that you guys have accomplished. Like, I mean, just speaking as like an outsider, obviously. Well, I mean, I'm part of the Bards Tavern, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not on the team of the Bards Tavern. But just as like another member of your guys' community, I think it's really cool that you guys opened up a line between the fans to the fans. because that like the forums were there before, but nobody used them near as much. Like even when all that stuff was happening, what was it, 2009, with like you know, the orchestral coming out or whatever it was. I covered it in the first video, but it's crazy because even then, like I could go through that entire archive of just that thread, and it's not near as much as what you guys come to. It's really cool that you guys have opened that channel. So thank you, by the way, from those of us out here in the Twilight world.
You're welcome.
So now on that topic, like, do you guys have any exciting events coming up for the Bards Tavern community?
Well, I mean, obviously we all want that open air tour. Open air.
We're working on it. Trust me. I talked with like he's trying. He's trying.
You know, we also have this pandemic going on, so
that kind of may have put a little chink in the chain, but but no, okay. So what?
I have proof that Hansi said that you know, it all depends on the orchestral album and several different albums I have in my room.
There's an interview with that as well. Yeah, like I've seen him say that, but I don't know. We got to be cautious. You know, he did also say at the Imaginations Through the Looking Glass that it was going to happen in the next 10 years. And,
yeah.
Well, I don't want to call you guys out. I don't. Please don't hate me, Blind Guardian. But yeah. We mean no offense, but yeah, it has been a little bit. We love you, please.
we don't understand concepts of time is confusing.
Yeah. So, on a separate note, what are the admins of Bards Tavern doing? Like, what do they do outside of Bards Tavern? Like, what are you guys doing in the IRL, or, you know?
I mean, everything's been sort of crazy. Like, I think everybody's more or less confined to their home.
Mm-hmm. So not a lot of community stuff, but I know.
Right. What do you mean exactly? Like,
well, what kind of projects do you guys do on the side? Because I know you guys don't just do, like, I know one of your admins does an acoustic set for Blind Guardian.
He has Acoustic Guardian, where he does songs about cover songs by Blind Guardian with his own special twist on it. And actually, I hate Blind Guardian covers with a passion, but I like the way he does it because it's not exactly a cover. It's sort of his own twist, but it is a Blind Guardian song. It's still really good. And
I've seen some videos. They're very, very cool. Like, really kind of interesting spins on it, you know, for especially considering, like you said, I'm kind of the same.
I'm actually not really a fan of most covers. Mm-hmm. So it's not just Blind Guardian covers I dislike. It's just I've never really got into covers.
I'm going to incriminate you then. What are your thoughts on Forgotten Tales?
I find that fascinating, mostly because we got the Mr. Sandman video.
Yeah. It's a meme all to itself. I love that so much. See, that one, you guys have that awesome backstage picture in one of you guys' memes where dresses are hard or whatever it is with Toman. That's yours, is it? Yeah, Toman's got his legs spread.
Stretches hard, just ask Toman or Hansi, and it's when Hansi put the kilt on backwards.
Classic. No.
And Blind Guardian's page actually shared that, and it was like,
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else that the other admins are up to these days, or is it mostly hanging indoors for COVID?
Mostly hanging indoors. It's just I'm not really too sure of this executive orders or anything in the other countries. I'm very glad Demons and Wizards tour was last year.
I was thinking the exact same thing, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I was really happy I got a chance to see it, because I think likewise Vancouver up here in Canada is kind of a similar deal, where there's a larger number of cases between it and Toronto. So, it's I'm glad I got it now.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Demons and Wizards, what are your thoughts on 3? Like, what did you think of 3?
That was a grower. Like, it had to grow on me.
Yeah.
But, somebody in Iced Earth is gonna kill me. I thought Hansi carried the album.
You know what? I mean, it's only natural for us bards to feel this way. See, the album took a little bit to grow on me too. I really did like some of the interesting stuff Hansi did with his vocals and stuff like that too. But it was definitely a bit of a growth.
Outside of Her Majesty.
With that being said, though, too, I mean, when you look at the Demons and Wizards catalog, it had a huge torch to live up to. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's still a good album. I mean, but Touched by the Crimson King and the self-title are so, I mean, they're infamous. How do you top that, right?
Yeah,
So,
and I think also the whole waiting for so long, like finally doing it. It's not like, oh my god, how could they release it? It's so bad. It was just
no.
very. I didn't really know what to expect, and I'm partial to Hamze, but
yeah.
I don't know, the music just didn't seem to grab me as quickly as other times I've listened to music, like by Iced Earth, for instance, or even Demons and Wizards. It just kind of felt like repetition.
It's definitely a lot different from the other ones, but it's still a good album. It's still Hansi, it's still great. It's just definitely it's interesting that you said that too, because I definitely know I came across that as well, and I'm sure if we talked to Chuck, he'd probably say John carried that one too. So
Right.
I mean it's all perspective. We're all gonna have that kind of view on it, but I was just curious how you felt it stacked up to the rest of the catalog. I guess I kind of know. So
Like
is that
Touched by the Crimson King is my favorite Demons and Wizards.
same. Thank you. Everyone always goes for the self-title, but Gunslinger, Terror Train, Touched by the Crimson King, Beneath These Waves. So many good songs on that album. Really
Down
is.
Where I Am is like the best ballad I've ever heard.
Yeah, I feel it too. Yeah. Now, are there any other thoughts or anything else you'd like to say to the community before we go?
Well, obviously, join podcast from the Twilight World and Blind Guardian's Bards Tavern.
Absolutely. Check them out on Facebook. Like Blind Guardian memes. If you got Instagram, follow them. Everything. Check them out. It's worth a laugh. Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But this closes another chapter in podcast from the Twilight World. If you like what you saw, please hit like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, wherever you're listening, I hope you enjoyed it. Check out on Facebook, Blind Guardian memes, Bards Taverns. They got some great interaction with the band members. Like us over on podcast from the Twilight World's page. We interact with some band members. For anything Blind Guardian, just look into us. But until then, let's leave it to the memories and kiss the wind goodbye.